Welcome to The Long List, a podcast where we celebrate movies and other pop culture through the storied art of rankings. No wrong answers, no bad opinions, hot takes are always encouraged. I'm Josh Muller, and today I'm with my brother Jack Muller. Jack Muller. And this episode is all about the 2000s, and again, specifically the years 2000 to 2009, the first decade of the 21st century. This is part 2 of a 2-part podcast celebrating the decade. If you haven't listened to the first part, you don't really have to you don't have to listen to them in order, but we do a bunch of fun categories in the last episode. And at the end of the episode, we ranked our 20th through 11th favorite movies of the decade. Another thing we did is we nominated some movies that we think best represent the decade, regardless of where they fall on our list. Jack, what movies have we nominated thus far?
All right, you've nominated Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Gladiator, and The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Very solid. I've nominated Ocean's 11, No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood, and The 25th Hour.
Nice. I think I want to add one more to the list right now.
Okay.
I want to nominate Mean Girls.
Okay.
I think that's a really good 2000s movie.
I think that one will be making the list.
Yeah. And we're just going to have to. Now, this episode, we're going through our genre-specific favorite movies. I'm going to try not to do too many repeats on my overall list. I think that will be impossible, but I'm going to try, when applicable, not to do too many lists on my genre specifics that will end up on my top 20.
Yeah, I actually was relatively successful with that.
Okay.
Or I didn't even really try to do that. I just think
That's just how it
my
happened.
top is, yeah.
Well, then we're going to have to be a little proactive about which ones we nominate for the eventual, that part of the list. But we'll get there.
Okay.
All right. So I don't have a whole lot of preamble or things to talk about throughout the podcast like I normally do. So we're pretty much just going to be doing our rankings for each genre. But how did you go about researching these 2 episodes? Did you feel like you had to fill in a lot of gaps? Do you feel like there's a couple holes in your resume? Did you revisit a lot of films from this decade, or are these movies just kind of like in your memory bank?
I ended up doing the least amount of movie rewatching or watching in general for this podcast.
Same.
Yeah, it kind of just worked out that way, like maybe with my schedule or something, but normally I feel like I need to, and I think I did not feel that way, I guess, and just kind of didn't end up doing it.
I would say pretty much the same. I did watch a couple new movies, and I threw on a couple of old classics that I hadn't seen in a while but I wasn't really paying attention to them. I was making my documents.
Yeah.
So, and then there's one that I didn't get to that, whenever I do podcasts like this, eventually I look up other people's lists in the categories that we're looking at in case I forgot something. I'm not really using those lists to make mine, but I want to make sure that I'm just not forgetting something that I wouldn't want to forget. And the one movie that came up on a bunch of lists for the top movies of the decade was Mulholland Drive, and I have not seen that movie. And I rented it from the library this week, but I was really busy with, spoiler alert, I have 2 other jobs. I was really busy with my work week this week that I just, by the time I got home, I was drained, and I couldn't.
Not a movie you want to watch when you're drained.
Right. I just couldn't give it the proper attention it deserves. So whenever I watch that, I will come back and give my assessment. But that I feel like has a lot of fans out there too. And if you're listening and you're like, how did you guys not talk about Mulholland Drive? Bad job by me. I just haven't seen it yet. It's not one I got to, and I tried to get to it this week, and I just couldn't. So,
and if we're being entirely honest with the audience, we're not the biggest Lynchian fans.
We're not, and
mad respect, of course.
Yeah, but
it's
just it's not our
Mulholland
jam
Drive,
to this
not my
point.
favorite movie.
Yeah, you told me that when I told you I was going to try to watch it. I didn't get to it, so all right. I feel like we should just jump right in. We got a bunch of categories or a bunch of genres that we want to list off, and we're going to start off with something light in comedies. Jack, I've been talking for a while. Do you have your top 5 comedies?
I do.
Hit me.
All right. I'm going to one-up you, Josh. I guess not one-up you. I'm going to give you 10. How about
Let's
that?
do it.
All right. Starting off at number 10, I got Dodgeball.
Yes.
Just great. Good sports movie. Makes you feel good. Hella funny.
I love it.
Good character ensemble.
Ensemble.
That's that. I could see that. on
Spoiler
someone's
alert,
list.
I did 5 and it made my list.
I like it. Number 9, I did In Bruges.
Yeah.
Love that film. It's not higher because it's, not necessarily a comedy all the time, but
Yeah.
it's a comedy.
It's really dark. It's a black comedy.
It's very black comedy. Number 8, I got Best in Show,
yeah.
which we discussed earlier.
That's a good one. That's one that I'm like not super familiar with, and that's a bad job by me.
It's okay. It's really funny though.
Yeah.
I think actually Mighty Wind was also in the 2000s. I'm almost positive, and that's really funny too.
Which one do you like better?
I like Best in Show better.
I do too.
Yeah. Number 7, I've got Orange County.
Love it.
Talking it up a lot.
Love it.
Surprised it's not higher, but it's not. Number 6, I got Life Aquatic.
Yeah.
Number 5, I've got Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Number 4, I've got Anchorman.
Yeah.
Number 3, I've got Wedding Crashers. Number 2, I've got Pineapple Express. And number 1, I have Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Wow.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall is my most, between that and Pineapple are my most like rewatchable comedies, I think.
Yeah. I love Forgetting Sarah
me too.
Marshall. I didn't put it on my list.
That is absolutely absurd.
Well, for reasons I was talking about, I'm trying to.
Okay,
but one of them did make one movie that made my top 20. So I don't know why I didn't put it. So okay, whatever my list is, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is going to be number 1. Here we go. Here's my list.
Okay.
I'll just tell you. So now I have 6.
Well, okay. I'll say this. For some reason, Pineapple Express, not for some reason, but this felt right. Pineapple Express made my top 20, but didn't, and also made my top comedies, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall didn't make my top 20. Not exactly sure why. I just think Pineapple Express, all in all, is just like this film that I love that I needed to put on my top 20.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something there.
All right.
I'm a little surprised that Forgetting Sarah Marshall didn't make my top 20, but I put it at number 1 on my comedies.
I don't
It
really
sounds like
understand
you
the
might have done the opposite.
well, I intentionally left it off so that I could like save it for dramatic purposes.
Wow.
Spoiler alert, it is now going to make my top
Wow.
10 movies of the decade.
Wow.
That's right.
Respect.
So, also people should know, I mean, if you haven't listened to the last episode, we gave our 20 through 11 already. So that's why we'll
go over that later.
We'll go over that later. All right. My number 5, you hit almost all of them. I'm kind of surprised one of them didn't make the list.
I might have just forgot.
It's possible. Number 5, Mean Girls. Great movie.
Yeah.
Number 4, Life Aquatic. Love it.
Cool.
Number 3, Dodgeball.
Nice.
So funny. And I should say I'm leaving off some really big popular movies. Number 2, Anchorman.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
Uh-huh.
So funny. Maybe one of the most raucous theater experiences I've ever had. I saw it at the Grand Lake. I think I saw it with our mom.
We were together.
And it was just like people
Right.
were going nuts in the stands.
Yeah.
My former number 1, because I left off Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
Okay.
so it is now number 2, is Superbad.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I had that on my list at one point. I think I just deleted it.
Superbad. I love Superbad.
I love Superbad too.
It's so funny. Fantastic swearing. In fact, Jack, I'd like to nominate that for a movie of the decade, if you please.
Okay.
And has some really good heart too at the end. They land the plane really well. And
Yeah.
then Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I 100% would have had that on my top 10. It left, but it wouldn't have made my top 5. I'd say my top 5 is still
You're
the
okay
same.
with it.
Yeah.
It's my
it would have
number
probably
1.
been like 6 or 7, but my 5 is
I would
Mean
actually
Girls,
say
Anchorman,
that
Wedding Crashers, Pineapple Express.
even though they're both comedies, kind of the same thing you were saying, I think Superbad is funnier, but I just love Forgetting Sarah Marshall more as a movie.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite movies ever.
Superbad for me is just really done now. Or
I guess
all of those jokes
yeah.
have kind of lost it for me.
We've seen it.
I don't know if I'd be
times.
laughing the whole time while I'm watching it.
Wow, we should watch it again. I haven't seen it in a while, actually. I almost threw it in last night, but I threw something else in, which we'll talk about
I'm
later.
literally laughing the whole time in all of these other films.
There's also another comedy that we've both mentioned a lot in the last episode and will make my list and made yours that we didn't mention.
What?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
I'm just forgetting.
No,
Sarah Marshall?
Got it.
All right.
If you had to pick one genre, Jack, that you get excited for when you go to see a movie, there's only one. You only get to watch one genre for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
I don't like this question.
How about, let me rephrase it. You see a trailer. You know the movie's probably going to be bad. You're like, this isn't going to work. But you know what? It's in my favorite genre. I'm going to go see it anyway. What's the genre?
I don't know.
All right.
I would say, I don't know. Paul Thomas Anderson. Can I pick that? Sure. Like I'm excited. I think more than anything these days, I'm excited by like
a filmmaker.
A filmmaker or like a look or something that doesn't seem like I can really place it in a genre, which is, I think, my favorite sort of genre.
Bending category, if you will.
I want something with everything or something that I don't necessarily know what I'm watching.
Okay. I like buddy cop comedies.
Buddy comedies?
Buddy
or
cop. They don't have to be cops. Like, I love like The Nice Guys, and I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I love anytime there's like weird banter but some sort of action mystery that they're trying to solve.
Yeah,
it's every time. It's never not worked.
Right.
I'm sure I can think of something where it didn't work, but it's never not worked. I was trying to lead you to a genre. It didn't happen.
Didn't work.
So we're just gonna go right into a next genre that we're talking about. We can do it. We can do any of them, but I have sci-fi fantasy on the list. You want to do that?
Yeah, I got 10.
You got 10. Man, you got 10. I didn't do 10. Well, actually, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because okay. Well, you go first.
Okay, number 10. I got Titan AE. Yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow, I forgot about that.
You weren't ready for that drop, were you? Man.
That's a great one.
Great film, crazy animation, good music.
Lit is in the soundtrack.
Right. So
the band
is Goo Goo
Lit?
Dolls? No.
Maybe. I don't remember. I just remember Lit. They had a moment.
Owen Wilson? No. Who's the main dude?
I thought it was Matt Damon. That doesn't sound right either. Hang on, I'm gonna get it before you. I know you're looking at it. I'm gonna get it first. It's definitely.
Matt Damon sounds kind of right. Impossible to find out it's Matt Damon.
Oh, it is Matt Damon.
Yeah, it is Matt Damon.
Nailed it.
John Leguizamo, Drew Barrymore, Bill Pullman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Best ensemble.
Yeah, I'm saying. 3 directors listed.
Okay.
Kind of feels like Gary Oldman.
I just, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
No, it's a different Gary Oldman.
Oh.
Apparently the director of Anastasia and
that makes
Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle.
All right, we're only at my number 10 of sci-fi.
Okay.
We're talking about Rockadoodle. All right, 10, Titan AE. 9, ooh, and this is tough. This might show up again. 9, I've got The Host, Bong Joon-ho.
I've never seen
monster film.
Yeah, it's on my list.
It's also kind of like a quarantine sort of movie, or like, a spreading sickness sort of thing, and people have to. Yeah, it's really good, funny. Same. I wish I could think of the actor's name, but the same guy from Parasite and
Memories of Murder. Yeah.
Number 8, I have Star Trek. I was pretty excited about that being well, I mean, I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but
that's my number 8 as well.
Really?
Yeah. That movie's sick.
The movie is sick.
It's really fun.
It's really fun.
The other ones aren't as good, but the first one's good.
The first one's really, really solid. I was like, ooh, this is promising.
What's his face?
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams. Yeah. He knows how to at least put a fun thing together,
right.
If not a comprehensive, coherent thing together.
Right. Number 7, I have Moon, with your boy, Sam Rockwell.
So,
you haven't seen it?
Did I tell this story already?
I know that you haven't seen it, or maybe you have now.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Well, this is a couple years ago. I've always wanted to watch it. Rebecca, my beautiful, wonderful wife, does not really like Sam Rockwell.
Whoa.
Wait. Because he's so good being creepy in other movies that she just can't get that out of her mind.
I feel
so. Like, he's not that she thinks he's a bad actor, just that I think it was. I think she was referencing
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
No, got it on Blu-ray. I think it's what's the first big one he did? I can't. Oh, The Green Mile. And he's like really creepy and evil in that, evil. And she like That scarred her because he's so good in it.
Yeah, and he's also like not that creepy and evil in a lot of his other roles.
Right. Well,
like,
so we're turning on, and I know this,
uh-huh.
but Becky doesn't necessarily understand. She also doesn't like Ray Liotta for the similar reasons. Anyway, neither here nor there. But we're sitting. She's like, "Hey, how about this movie?" And it's Moon, and it. You can't really tell
see
it's
him. He's
Sam
small.
Rockwell because he's so small in the movie poster. And I was like, okay, I guess. So we started up. She also, you should know that she doesn't really like thrillers and horror movies. And she's like, oh, I heard this movie's good. It's got a good stars on Letterboxd or whatever. And I was like, do you know what this is about? And she's like, no. She's like, do you know who's in it? She's like, no. Okay, this is a psychological horror movie in space with Sam Rockwell.
With one character.
Yeah.
Well, and a robot who's Paul Bettany also.
Tight.
Yeah.
Best ensemble.
Yeah.
How many
Two
times
people.
can I make that joke? And so she's like, you know what? We'll save this one. So I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to.
Yeah.
I hear it's great.
It's solid. Now I'm wondering if I was right about the Paul Bettany thing. Don't hate me. I'm not going to look it up right now.
Fair enough.
Number 6, I got Avatar. Gotta give it some love.
Yep.
And it's truly a sci-fi movie.
Yep.
You know. Number 5, I have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yep.
Number 4, I have Primer.
I knew you were going to put this on.
Of course,
there.
I'm going to put this one on my list.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I really want to.
Watched it in film school, in a theater. Had no idea what I was getting into. I think it was made by a dude who was an accountant. Never made a film before. Made it for very little money.
Sounds great.
Like close to none. Went to Sundance. Did I don't know if it even had a theatrical release.
Well,
I'm sure
people
limited.
have heard of it. So
yeah,
good
but
job.
then everybody loved it. Super fucking crazy. Top 5 time travel movies for sure.
Nice. Ooh, that's a good list.
Yeah. Number 3, I've got District 9.
Yeah.
Number 2, I've got Children of Men.
Yep.
And number 1, I've got, yes, you guessed it, Minority Report.
Oh, you didn't put any fantasy in there.
Oh, I just did sci-fi.
Okay. I put
Yeah.
one fantasy
I didn't
in
do
mine.
sci-fi fantasy. I did sci-fi.
Okay, fair enough. I love the
There was a
list.
lot to choose from.
I love the
and
list.
we haven't talked about Minority Report yet.
We're going to soon.
Okay, we got it.
No, it's I love that list, and if I would have included more, I would have. So I did 8 because my top 3, which I at the very 11th hour, it should have. This is going to sound confusing. The top 3 made my final 20.
You just got to start telling your list, man.
I'm just gonna start telling my list.
I can't keep track of your take.
It's turning into like a math equation.
Yeah, right.
I feel like I'm in primer right now. All right, number 8, I have Star Trek.
Nice.
We're hitting all the same movies.
Okay.
Number 7, I have District 9.
Okay.
Number 8.
No, you just said number 8 was Star Trek.
I know, but I keep the District 9's in the title, so I confuse myself.
So number 9 was... You did 9?
No, I did 8. Number 8 is Star Trek. Number 7 is District 9. That's where I got messed up there. Number 6 is Unbreakable.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah. Low-key sci-fi, but it's sci-fi.
Yeah. It's also kind of fantasy.
Superhero. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Sci-fi fantasy. Number 5, I had Avatar.
Okay.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Number 4, I had Minority Report.
Wow.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot.
Okay.
Watched it recently.
If I was making a sci-fi fantasy list, it might be my list. Would obviously be different. But
well, my
okay,
3 and 2.
I don't
are
know
also
why I
sci-fi.
said that. I'm so embarrassed.
Number 3 is Children of Men.
Okay.
Number 2 is Eternal Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Lord of the Rings. Okay. Sci-fi fantasy. So
I got you.
that's right.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying.
I do.
Nice. Any of these that you want to nominate? We gotta do a nominees check in here.
I would nominate Children of Men.
Okay.
I think that, I don't know if we're giving it enough props, maybe just because, but when that came out, we were like,
big deal.
Yeah. And we really liked it.
I still really like it.
I still really like it.
I tripped up at the end. It did not make my final 20. Spoiler alert.
It didn't make mine either.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset. And this is where I was talking about when
did I read it in my last one? Did it make my 20 through?
I thought you did, actually.
Oh. No. Oh, yeah. Number 18.
Hey, there we go. But this is what we were talking about when we were trying to figure out the structure of this podcast. Is that there's just so many movies that we love from this decade. And probably, if we sit down and think about it, probably from many decades, I know this is going to be the same with the 90s.
Even the 2010s, man.
Well, that's that. So I'm sure it would be like this, but I have a lot of catching up to do still after the 7-year gap.
Well, there's also just like a lot right there on the cusp of the decade that I thought were in this decade.
Yeah.
That weren't. You know what I mean?
Social Network.
Yeah. A lot.
What?
I said a lot.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. So I mean, it's just this is kind of fun.
Kind of.
All right. We got
Animated?
Let's do animated.
Horror thriller?
No, let's do animated.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
I did animated non-Pixar.
I did too.
Because we did
We did Pixar.
You know, we did
Go listen to
Pixar
the
in the
episode.
last episode. Go do the Pixar episode.
Probably they would be all Pixar movies, maybe. Not really.
Yeah, I'd have a couple.
Yeah, me too.
I
I really like my top 5.
I'm going to start this one.
Okay.
Number 5, I have Princess and the Frog.
Okay. Made my long list.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's fun. Classic Disney feel. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have Emperor's New Groove.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it in 20 years, but it's made me laugh so much.
We watched
when
that
it
a
came
lot.
out.
Yeah.
Number 3, I have Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, this might be a controversial one. I went with Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
I did not go with Spirited Away,
Okay.
which I feel like most people love Spirited Away.
Okay.
And it's great. It's fine. I
You like
like-
Howl's better?
like Howl's
More than
Moving
Princess Mononoke? Oh, I don't know what year that
I
was.
forgot about that. Is it? I don't know when that came out.
I'm guessing it was in that decade.
It probably did.
Yeah.
No, I would still choose Howl's Moving Castle.
Really?
I think I really like that movie.
That'd probably be number 3 for me.
It's
of those
also
3.
like Lily's big into anime now, and that's her favorite.
Yeah.
And so we've watched it the most, I think.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of,
No,
it's
I
really
gotcha.
good.
It is really good. I love being inside the little thing,
Yeah, me too. And I just
great
like,
design.
to the Spirited Away crowd, because they're out there in full and
you're
with a
sitting in
vigor.
front of one.
Well, it's just like, it just messes with my brain. I don't even know what I'm watching. I couldn't even tell you what happens in that movie.
That's how I feel about Howl's Moving. Well, I literally don't remember what happens in Howl's, what the actual plot is later in the film.
I don't remember what the actual plot is in Spirited
It's
Away.
just trying to get out of the castle.
I guess the castle's moving in Howl's Moving Castle.
Whoa.
Trying to get into the castle.
Castle isn't even there.
All right, number
Sort of-
1.
Okay, sorry.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yes, of
fucking
course.
great.
All right, number 5. Man, number 5. I got Chicken Run.
Okay.
Chicken Run's
Run.
great.
I like Chicken Run.
Escape film. Mel Gibson. It's hilarious. Good writing. Number 4, I got Shrek. Number 3, I've got Emperor's New Groove. Number 2, I've got Spirited Away, and number 1, I've got Kung Fu Panda. Bang, bang,
Very,
boom.
very similar.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And honestly, number 6 would have been Princess and the Frog.
Sick. That's great. Made your long list.
Yeah. Also,
Shout out
openings.
long list.
Made my long list of openings. I remember I put on Princess and the Frog the first time I watched it. I was by myself, just chilling. Put it
Yeah.
on. I was crying.
I remember you
I was
told me
literally
that.
crying in the first 2 minutes just
Like, I'm
because
weeping
I was
right
like,
now.
what happened to me in my life where this is affecting me so much?
It's really good. And the
Yeah,
music
it's beautiful.
is great.
Music's great.
Yeah, it's really great. All right, why don't we take a quick break? We got a bunch more genres to do, and then we're probably going to talk about our final movies for a long time. So why don't we take a quick break? We'll come right back. All right, we're back. What do you want to do next? Which way you want to go?
We could do horror thriller because I just did horror, and I think you just relatively just did thriller.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a big horror guy. I kind of kept it to my horroriest thrillers in some places, but yes, I struggle. There's a lot of horror movies out there, and I know it's a huge genre that people like. It's just not one that I gravitate towards for the most part.
Yeah.
So why don't you give yours first, and then I'll give mine, and there's probably a lot of differences here.
Yeah. Okay. So number 5, I've got Shaun of the Dead, horror
Yeah.
comedy. So doesn't really count, but
No, that counts.
yeah. So good. My favorite moment of this, and this might make my top funniest moments,
Yeah.
is when they're like in their house or something, and they know that the zombies are like coming generally, and they like slowly like look out their door and they look down the street and there's nobody and they're like, oh, the coast is clear. And then the other guy goes, oh no, there they are. And he looks the other way down the street. It's just full of zombies, the entire street. Number 4, I've got Saw. I mean, that's just like the craziest fucking thing that ever happened.
Oh my God.
Number 3, I've got Cloverfield.
I never saw it.
Whoa.
I know. I want to see it. That's one that I never got to.
Yeah, great handheld film.
Yeah, like I found
I saw that with
sort of
Mom
thing?
in the theater. Weird. I know. It's actually someone's like taping it the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's a homie who's like an actor now. Curly-haired comedic guy who's in that Christmas Party movie.
What? Hang on, I'm looking it up. Curly-haired comedian guy that's in that Christmas Party movie. Directed by Matt Reeves. It says directed by Matt Reeves.
No. I'm saying the dude, actors in it. I'm saying the guy who's holding the camera, and you never see him in the movie. You're only hearing his voice. Is T.J. Miller. That's his name.
Oh. Wow, Matt Reeves did that though.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Maybe one of his first.
I would think so.
Yeah. Good movie.
Have you heard the bad news that he might dip out on the Batman if production doesn't start?
Well, have you heard about why?
No.
I hear that there's a rumor that there's a similar sort of Chadwick Boseman thing going on. And
with who?
With Matt Reeves. And that he's sick.
Oh, they did say something about health concerns with him. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that's not as serious.
Me as well. Sorry to drop that on you.
No, I mean, man, that's a bummer. Damn.
Where were we? 28
Cloverfield. Okay, so 28 days later.
Yeah,
hey.
Number 2, 28 days later.
Never seen it.
What?
I know.
Well, that's why you don't have a top horror list
I know,
of the
I'm not
decade.
a big horror guy.
Jeez.
I actually have a zombie movie on here but
whatever.
I know.
It's not any of these.
I know, but
Just kidding.
I need to watch them because 28 years is coming out. 28 years later is coming out, and I've never seen either of them. So I'm gonna go back and spend a night without Becky and
yeah, it's good.
watch
It's
these. I hear it's good.
fucking scary.
I hear they're both great.
Yeah.
So it's bad
Donald
job
Gleason.
by me. Huh?
Donald Gleason.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Number 1 is The Host.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's good.
Right.
It's so entertaining. It's like it's like a monster movie.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'm gonna try to. I mean, like certain horror movies, I'm okay with. I'm
yeah.
not like into like.
None of these are like.
They're not like
horror
the slasher
movies,
type
no.
movies or
Except for Saw.
garbage horror. Well, yeah.
That's the one on this list that's
gnarly.
actually hard.
All right, here's my thriller horror movie that's really heavily thriller. Number 7, I have 7. Number 7, I have Dawn of the Dead. We're just shooting from the hip now. Dawn of the Dead, the one that's the one I think where they're in the mall, right?
Why are you asking?
Well,
me?
because I'm pretty sure
I've never
that's
seen
the
Dawn
one.
of the Dead.
It's the one where they're like all in the mall and it's like kind of funny and it's a zombie movie and I've only seen it like once or twice on TV and it was like really good and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Nice.
So I tried to put one horror movie in there. 6, I have Panic Room. Love that movie. 5. This next 3 are really not horror movies. They're thriller movies.
Okay.
The Hurt Locker.
Oh, nice.
Super on the edge of your
Heart
seat.
racing the entire time.
Yeah. Number 4. We might even be stretching the limit of thriller here. Fucking Spy Game, dude. I love Spy Game.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't know.
We're stretching the limits on thriller.
That is a stretch.
It's a thriller. It's a thrilling movie.
Yeah, it's like espionage.
Yeah, it's great.
It is great.
Love it.
I had it.
I think that's another Tony Scott movie.
I had it for one of my lists, and I can't think of what it was, but like
super sick movies.
Yeah, right.
Brad Pitt's probably eating in that. Call back to our last podcast. Number 3, again. No, this is a thriller. Inside Man. Really like it. It's a heist movie. It's whatever. Okay.
Man, over Spy Game?
Yeah, good point. Maybe not. I don't know. If I'm going to sit down and watch one on a given night, it's going to be Spy Game.
You making your top 5 thrillers of the 2000s, I would not have guessed that Inside Man would be number 3. Let's just say that. I guess.
I like that movie.
Okay.
Number 2, Memories of Murder.
Yes.
And number
Yeah.
1, of course, Zodiac.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's one I left off too. But we're going to talk about it.
And we're not going to talk about Zodiac.
Well, we are, but I didn't want to have it my top heavy list be things we talk about.
Zodiac has 3 of the scariest scenes ever in it.
Yeah,
it's not a
also
horror
felt
film.
like that was
It's-
more
yeah.
horror-y than the
Right.
other one. Then so I left the other one off.
Yeah.
I guess why don't we do, since you don't have it, why don't we do dramas next? I'll give you my list. It's not that long.
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, all of my favorite movies of the decade are
Well,
dramas.
you tell me what I
but-
missed then.
Okay.
Because I did keep this mostly on movies that did not make my top 20.
All right. Well, then I might not chime in because
No,
I'm going to have a lot of.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's go.
Assassination Justice by Robert Ford. That's my number. How many do I have here? That's my number 6.
Okay.
Had to throw this in there for my beautiful wife. Pride and Prejudice.
Okay.
Really good movie. It's one of her all-time favorites.
Never seen it.
It's good. Really good looking movie too. Great cinematography. Well, not that's not what I mean. That was funny.
Keira Knightley.
Number 4, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Fantastic. Number 3, Catch Me If You Can. Love that movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Stretching it with drama?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
call
a
that one
comedy.
more of a thriller than
Spy Game.
well, Inside Man. I don't know.
What?
Maybe I just don't even remember Inside Man.
I don't know if it's a.
You're telling me
thriller.
the
It's like a
twist
caper.
of Inside Man is that he's inside the wall the whole time?
Inside the Man?
He is Inside Man?
You've never seen it?
I have. I just don't remember it because I didn't really like it that much. And
All right,
now
well-
I don't like the title.
All right.
Sorry.
It's good. I like it. I like Catch Me If You Can. I like this movie better. Castaway.
Ooh, yeah.
Good drama. And my number 1 drama of the 2000s is Almost Famous, man. It's a classic. I fucking love that movie.
Okay. Yeah. That's
you
good.
disagree?
No.
What did I leave off?
I would say Brokeback Mountain would be the number 1 drama because it is the most dramatic of all of those.
I
And
wouldn't
it is-
disagree, but I don't like watching it as much as the other ones. I
Right.
like these I classify these others as dramas,
Mhm.
and I like watching them more. Brokeback Mountain's it's a wonderful movie. It's a tough sit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
you're
don't
right.
love watching
But
it.
that's, it's the drama category.
Right. It was my favorite of the category, though. So it just comes down to how you construct your list. Are we
Well,
going
I'll
with-
say my top 5.
Are we going with best, or are we going with favorites?
I'm going to say my
There's
top
a flag.
5 drama movies will be the top 5 that you hear later as my top 5 films.
Okay.
How about that? The Fly's back.
The Fly is back. Sorry for the sound effects. All right, what do we have to go? We have foreign
films.
action, and then probably a lengthy discussion on top movies.
All right.
I
let's
missing
do
anything?
foreign.
All right, let's do foreign. Yeah, I agree. Let's do foreign. It's probably going to be pretty similar lists, I would think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could see a couple other movies being on this list or whatever, especially. So my number 5, I went A Very Long Engagement,
Oh.
which is Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Got it.
Nailed it. Stuck the landing.
Jean-Pierre.
These German judges were tough.
Yeah. His movie after Amelie. And it's long, war kind of
Yeah.
romance film. Lot of really good. It's just visually incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe even more so than Amelie, visually incredible.
Didn't
but
he
not as,
also do that City of Lost Children movie?
yeah, I've never seen that.
I saw that once. I saw it in a film class. It was
Nice.
good.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt.
You're good. Number 4, I did Spirited Away.
Okay.
Number 3, I did Memories of Murder.
Yes.
Number 2, I did Amelie. And number 1, I did City of God.
Okay.
I got 2 Jean-Pierre Jeunets on there. That's right.
That's right. Well, I have one. Number 5, I did Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. Okay, that's another movie that we have not discussed yet that is on pretty much all the other top 10 lists.
And it's really good. It's not one of my favorites. It's really intense.
Yeah, it's super intense.
Very visually striking. What's his face directed it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Thank you. Good God.
Who also did Children of Men.
Yeah, it's really good. Really affecting. I have City of God at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
When I did my list, I was like kind of surprised that didn't get higher. There's a couple scenes in there where it's almost too much, but it's a fantastic movie, and unlike anything that you really are likely to see.
And I think it does a really good job of making those tough scenes manageable by the rest of the movie being very entertaining.
Yes,
and
I agree.
You know, lighthearted. It hits lighthearted. It hits funny. It hits action packed, and then it hits like super gnarly every once in a while.
Yeah. Really, really good. Number 3, I have In the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai's romance masterpiece. Big influence on another movie that we haven't brought up yet, which is Lost in Translation.
True.
Not one of my favorites, which is kind of weird because I love In the Mood for Love. I
like Lost in Translation a lot. It's one that Sorry, are we talking about In the Mood for Love? Or are we talking about
I'll just quickly, it's a really good adult not adult and like explicit content, but just like these are complicated relationships these two people are navigating. It's probably one of the best cinematography movies out there. It's just a beautiful film to look at. Has some great scenes. We talked about one in the food episode where they're like mimicking their partner at the dinner table, and there's a hot mustard thing that goes into it. I won't ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. It's really good. Just a fantastic movie from beginning to end. A little bit more slow and deliberate, and not really like a humorous movie or anything like that, but it's just really fantastic. So, well, if you want to talk about Lost in Translation, we can now. I don't love the movie, which is, again, maybe I'm just wrong.
I think I struggle. I think I didn't like it maybe like the first time, and I think I did watch it a couple more and do appreciate it a lot more now. I think the ending used to bug me, and I don't think it bugs me now.
Yeah.
Because hella movies end like that now,
Right.
So it's definitely changed something there. I do think Bill Murray is pretty hilarious. I think the dialogue is really good.
I think it's worth nominating.
And I love it being like the setting in Japan is just like great.
It's just, for me, the sum doesn't equal the parts to me. I don't know. I've seen it a few times. It hasn't really landed for me. I don't really have any reason why, but I do think it was a thing. And I think if you ask 100 people, 97 of them will say it's fantastic. So I do think it's worth nominating and talking about.
Okay, I'll put it on there.
Yeah,
I'll nominate it,
even though it's not one of my favorites. Where am I? I just did In the Mood for Love. That was my number 3. My number 2 is Amelie. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie. One of Becky's all-time favorites. It's funny. It's whimsical. It's got great music. It's got
incredible story,
incredible dialogue. It's got a great use of like the voice of God type voiceover, which I usually don't like, but this is just wonderful. Little vignettes throughout the whole movie. It's just great. 5 out of 5. Wonderful. Yeah. And number 1, I have Memories of Murder, which we've talked.
Good denouement.
Yeah.
In that one, I had a little riff that I never actually ended up putting on paper. Was this the decade of the denouement? I mean, I think it's been a thing forever, but I feel like it was like a big thing in this era. Why
don't you explain denouement before we go to...
Denouement is the culmination of things that don't necessarily fit together as you're hearing it in a story, and then at the end they come together, and that is the denouement. That's right. That's kind of like...
No, I think that's right. And I mean, when you say that, like, I immediately think of like Pulp Fiction, or I don't know. That's sort of told out of out of order. I don't know if that's the same thing, but I don't know.
I think of like,
give me the list.
Michael Clayton. You have no idea what's going on in that whole movie, and it all comes together, and you know what's going on at the end. Amelie.
Yeah.
Adaptation, and in Adaptation they make a whole denouement joke where
That's right.
the brother he says something and he's like, "That's not how you pronounce it."
Yeah.
And it's so good, and it's like during the denouement kind of, and I don't
Yeah.
know, and I don't know.
Okay, we've sort of workshopped this, but I
Yeah.
like it. I like
Minority
it. I like
Report, maybe.
It. Well, I guess
That's
just
just a mystery.
Yeah. My number one movie, foreign film, is Memories of Murder, which I just think is fantastic and a really kind of creepy, dark,
Yeah.
weirdly funny, leaves you wanting more mystery that does. Well, I don't want to ruin it. Also, if you watch it, you should know there's some pretty tough scenes that would have been canceled, where they deal with one character in particular who's mentally challenged. And
Yeah, it's interesting how they deal with it. I'm not sure. It's something I could look up, but it's just like, whoa. I mean, like they're slapping around this kid and they're calling him a retard. And,
yeah, which is it's tough to watch.
But it's also, these characters are not good people when
Right.
it's happening. So,
And they're
but
on their
still, it just
beginning
felt
of their
a little-
character arc.
It threw me off a little bit.
It's tough to watch that part, but I do really like the movie, and the way that all those characters like deal with the mystery that they can't solve is, I think, really interesting.
Yeah, for me, it's one of the more like, I don't want to say disappointing, but one of the more like the ending sucks. Or
Is
hard. I don't like the fact that you don't know what happens.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's
I don't mind that in some things. In this, I think I was watching it with commercials. It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh.
And then you get to the
and
end.
You know,
and
it's not
doesn't-
going to happen. Like, that's a thing with serial killer movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, ooh.
See, the ending for me, it was just like, I was like, this is the greatest movie I remember watching?
Yeah.
It was sort of a thing. And I could see
Zodiac
how
does
it
it
would.
better.
Well, higher on my list all time. So, not a foreign film.
But they
not
also
higher on
make a
this
call.
list.
So there's that.
That's true. They do.
Somewhat.
In Zodiac, you know what the filmmaker's choice is for who the Zodiac is, even though if you never find out. Shall we move on?
Let's do it.
I think
We just got action.
we
and
just
then
got
we're-
action left.
Yeah.
This is a rich text, Jack. There was a long list. I came up with only 5, but I could have come up with 50. It also
Yeah.
is like, what do you qualify as an action movie?
Yeah, my like 10 through, yes, I did 10. My 10 through 6 is random, I guess. But let's just do it.
Let's just go it.
What, am I going?
Yeah, sure.
Number 10, I got Transformers.
Sick.
Yeah, super good. I remember seeing that in theaters and just being like, wow, I did not expect to like that movie. And
Yeah.
I did a lot.
James loves Transformers movies.
Yeah, it's nice.
And
I've only seen the one.
don't watch the others.
Okay. That's what I hear.
Yeah, I don't love the other movies, but
Yeah.
the first and this one of them is like so long, and I just like, what's going? Can we
I
wrap
hear
this
they
up
get pretty
already?
bad.
Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, the new animated one was good.
Okay.
You should watch that one that came out last year. Transformers 1. It was
Might
pretty
not get to
sick. Okay, fine. I liked it. But anyway, the first Transformers movie is good.
Yeah, that's why it's number 10. Number 9, sorry. Number 9, I got Star Trek again.
Sick.
I think it was 9 on that other list I made too.
Might have been.
Number 8, I got Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Super heart pounding,
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Another Ridley.
War film. Definitely.
Scott
Ridley.
brothers are all over these podcasts.
Number 7, you better believe it, I got Gone in 60 Seconds. So good. I love that movie. It could have made other lists, I think, but it just didn't.
Did I tell you my connection to that movie? Not like my connection.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
So Tim Silva, my high school best friend's father, R.I.P., love Mr. Silva. He was a Grand Theft Auto car, investigator,
investigator,
police
yeah.
enforcer. I don't know. I think he worked for California Highway Patrol. That is irrelevant. But I can't remember the guy's name. The cop from that movie who's shown up in 100 movies in that movie, Ransom.
Oh, he was actually a cop, right? And he's from Oakland?
No, he's an actor, and to get his research for the role, interviewed and followed around Tim's dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think he is from Oakland, though.
Oh, he might be from Oakland. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Well, we got to come up with his name. You're giving your list, so I'll come up with a name.
Gone in 60 Seconds, classic, such a good one. Number 6, I've got National Treasure.
Sick.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you better believe it. Number 5, I did Gladiator. Number 4, I did Mission Impossible 3. I love Mission Impossible 3. It's one of my favorite Mission Impossibles, even though I haven't seen I've seen probably 5 of them.
That movie's good.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? You haven't seen 5 of them?
No, I have seen 5 of them.
Oh.
I don't think I've seen 3 of them.
Get on it, dude.
Sorry, man. Whatever. Philip
So his name is his name is Delroy Lindo. That's the actor's name. He's been in all kinds of stuff. He was born in Lewisham? Am I pronouncing that right? Definitely not Oakland. He's Jamaican.
Who the hell am I thinking of?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Okay, no, but you got it. They settled in Oakland in 1996.
There you go.
So he lived in Oakland for a long time.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. That's probably why he was
Yes.
interviewing Tim Silva's dad.
Right.
So, okay. All right. We got it all back around. I'm sorry. I interrupted your list.
Number 3, I'm sorry, I just lumped them all together. I did the Bourne trilogy.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. So good. Number 2, I got Casino Royale.
Okay.
And number 1, I have The Dark Knight.
Yep.
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 I love it.
Casino Royale, man. We haven't talked a lot about that either.
We haven't.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, he's my favorite Bond,
Yes.
but I really only like 2 of the movies. Those 2 movies I like a lot.
Yeah.
Casino Royale and
And
Skyfall
Skyfall.
are fantastic. Not a big Quantum of Solace guy. Not a big Spectre guy.
Spectre's kind of okay.
And I didn't really like No Time to Die, the last one.
I didn't finish it.
It was bad. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So he's
Weird.
only 2
But
for
I like
5.
the vibe.
That's kind of what Bond movies are, though. Like, they're not
True.
all great.
True.
Some of them are silly and
Pierce
goofy.
Brosnan is my next favorite, and I really only like Goldeneye.
Yeah, that's true. So, that is what it is. Those 2, though, Casino Royale and Skyfall, are like top-notch action
Top-notch.
movies. All right, I only did 5, and I left off a couple key action movies because they're going to make my top list. So here's my list. Number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the
Ooh,
Black
how
Pearl.
did that not make my top 10?
Just a fun romp, dude.
If
It's
you had
just
known
like-
me and when that movie came out, that was the only thing I could talk about.
It's also like, has there been a higher discrepancy of how bad I thought a movie was going to be to how good the movie ended up
I did
being?
not think it was going to be bad at all.
Well-
I was 100% ready for a Pirates movie. Name another Pirates movie before Pirates of the Caribbean. Can't do it.
I don't
there
know.
aren't
Well,
many. It's a very understudied thing.
That's a great point.
Underrepresented is what I should say.
I guess my point is I did not think a movie about a Disneyland ride was going to be good.
I was not in that same boat.
You were also a lot younger than I was.
I know.
You
I
were-
remember leaving a movie or like getting to a movie and the poster being in the hallways for Pirates of the Caribbean. It was literally just a skull, crossbones. It said Pirates of the Caribbean. And it was the first time I had found out that they were doing that. And I flipped
And
my
we went and bought
shit.
tickets right then.
Yeah.
I'd like to give you $40 for our family for the
I'll give
future
you the
coming
next 10
out of
years of
this
my life.
movie. Yeah. So that's my number 5. Number 4 is Taken.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about doing the whole I will find you and I will kill you speech
Yeah.
in my best quotes.
I'm glad
but-
you didn't.
Okay, God. Got it. Number 3, I have Casino Royale.
Nice.
Number 2, I have The Gladiator.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. And number 1, I have Bourne.
Nice.
Bourne's sick.
Yeah. Bourne is super sick.
Left off The Dark Knight. It's going to come up.
It will.
All right. Well, those are our genres. Those are our genres that we had listed. Should we take a quick break and then we're going to have like a big discussion, I think, about the rest of this stuff.
Okay.
Any movies that you want to nominate before we head in? I could be convinced of Pirates.
Yeah. But I mean, if we're going to do like a big blockbuster action thing, we could do Bourne or we could do Casino Royale.
I think Bourne over Casino Royale.
Okay. But I could also see Pirates. I mean, sure. I'm going to write down Pirates.
Let's
We're
do
not- we're
let's
not
do
even-
Bourne and Pirates, and then we'll kind of look at our list. Is there anything that we haven't? Like,
Well,
do we want to nominate
let's-
Amelie? Or do you want to
Yes.
talk about it later?
Yeah, I'll nominate Amelie. I'm gonna nominate Royal Tenenbaums.
Do it. Maybe Almost Famous too.
Yes.
Just looking at these lists, like we also have.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be.
I'd
tough.
say we probably should just discuss our list before we go any farther with that.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and do our top 20 list.
Okay.
All right, we're back. I think we should run through our 20 through 11 as a reminder real quick, just like blow right through it.
Let's do it.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, so I did number 20, Adaptation. Number 19, Pineapple Express. Number 18, Children of Men. Number 17, In Bruges. Number 16, Finding Nemo. Number 15, Zodiac. Number 14, Wonder Boys. Number 13, Collateral. Number 12, Michael Clayton. And number 11, The Departed. Man, that 15 through 11, man. Heaters. I said to Josh off, camera. That's
Mic?
not what, off mic. That
We need to add cameras to this soon.
Okay. That 15 through 11 really could be my, all of those are really right there with each other. So I kind of lump them all in that 15 through 11 as opposed to try to pick some to be in my top 10.
I think it's safe to say too that if you ask us tomorrow,
Yeah.
it could be slightly different. All right, my number 20, Something's Gotta Give. Number 19, Almost Famous. Number 18, Ocean's 11. Number 17, A Knight's Tale. Number 16, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Number 15, Michael Clayton. Number 14, Memories of Murder. Number 13, Ratatouille. Number 12, The Departed. And number 11, There Will Be Blood.
Sheesh.
Shoosh.
All right.
All right, let's get it. The top 10, the rare air.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My number 10 movie of the 2000s is Superbad.
Nice.
It's so fucking funny.
It is.
And some of the best swearing. Jonah Hill is on fire in that movie. I just think everything he does is so funny. They're all so funny.
Iconic.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's really
iconic.
great.
He made his career with it.
And really expanded on that career too. I mean, he could have just done that,
right,
and had a whole career.
Yeah,
no, it looked like that's what he was going to do, and then now
100%. Then he did Wolf of Wall Street, and then he did
Moneyball.
Yeah, and he was in.
We might be. I don't know what the timeline is.
Right. But he was in Django, just in that one quick scene where
Now he's trying to direct films too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, he did direct films.
Did he?
Yeah,
didn't see it.
I actually didn't either, but I hear it was really good.
Okay. Number 9, Jack. I have Master and Commander : The Far Side of the World.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Did used to be in my top 25 films.
I don't hate it.
Oh no, yeah. I'm just saying,
wonderful.
I'm kind of.
Well, I don't know if I should say this. We're eventually going to do our top 25s episode at some point. This is where the cutoff ends. So this is right at the moment. I might put it in at some point, but at the moment, Master and Commander is the last movie that will not make my eventual top 25.
And all the other ones do.
And all the other ones do.
I got you.
Starting it with number 8, which is kind of crazy.
I don't know if I did it like that.
Well, I already have the list right now on Letterboxd. I have the list, so I know. I didn't intentionally do it this way. It's just that's what it turned out to be.
Right. Okay.
But again,
I think some of my decisions are based off of the decade itself as opposed to my favorite.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or my favorite at the time of the decade.
Right.
And things like that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I just did. Movies came out. These are my favorite movies. I try to do it like that. Not necessarily what I think. If I were doing best movies, I might put There Will Be Blood higher. I think objectively it's probably a better movie than a lot of what's to come. But it's not my favorite. These are my favorite movies.
All right. So you did 10 Superbad, 9
Master and Commander : The Far Side of the World.
All right.
Such a great movie.
So good.
High seas adventure, wonderful cast, Really good action. Really good, like,
Cinematography, of
yeah,
course.
it looks great when you're looking at the ocean, but then also they're cramped inside the deck. That opening scene where they're like moving things around and putting Captain Aubrey, I think it's Captain Aubrey's like jacket on and getting all his stuff ready.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Man,
it's just great.
but the fog scene, what? It's barely in my memory, but there's like a whole scene where they're like hiding in the fog.
What? That's like the
Is that the
opening
opening?
scene is that he there's not sure he saw the enemy ship.
Oh, yes.
And he's
It's
like,
like
did you see it?
literally
I
spooky.
think I saw it. And he's like, well, you did the right thing. And then all of a sudden the cannons start firing. And that's the lesser of two Weebles, Jack.
I say that all the time. I love that line.
My number 8 movie of the decade.
Shout out to Peter Weir really fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Peter
he
Weir
got-
episode incoming.
I think I like it. I think he got nominated for this.
I think I'd have to do a lot of research for that episode, but still. Number 8 movie of the decade is Billy Elliot.
Number 7.
No, that was my number 9.
Oh, we haven't moved on from Master of Commander? Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Is Billy Elliot. Number 8. I
Nice.
love Billy Elliot. Just a great
You do love Billy Elliot.
family drama.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's got great acting performances throughout. Makes me tear up in parts. I just love this movie. It's also, again, another one of those movies where the discrepancy for what I thought was going to happen and how much I liked it was at an all-time high. I didn't have any perception of it. Didn't think I was going to dislike it. I just didn't know anything about it.
Right.
And I watched it and I was like, wow, it just totally floored me. Number 7 is Wonder Boys.
Nice.
Love this movie. You turned me on to this movie.
I did.
And again, didn't watch it in 2000 when it came out, and it's just so funny. Just an incredible cast of characters.
Yeah. It's writers talking about writing. It's fun. It's like exactly like that. That is the movie. It's just a bunch of writers.
And some people might think that's pretentious. I don't care.
Right.
It's just hilarious. And
pretentiousness is called out in the movie. It's like part of the movie.
I think if most people look at our lists and see that Wonder Boys made both of our lists, they're gonna be like, "What's going on?" But I don't care. It's my list.
I certainly don't care.
Number 6 is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Nice.
Love
Wow.
it. It has risen in. It was always great. It's risen in my estimation. Jack and I are lucky enough to go to Hawaii quite often. We're hoping to go to Hawaii this year, and Becky and I rewatch it every time we go to Hawaii, and it's just a great movie and a great sentimental favorite for that reason.
Yeah.
Number 5, Zodiac.
Yeah. I figured it'd be in top 5 for you.
It is,
Obviously.
and I debated putting it higher, but it's just fantastic. We've talked about it at length.
It's a masterpiece.
It is. I don't really think I need to go further into it. We listen to the Fincher episode.
Yeah.
Number 4, don't have this episode yet. Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards, one of my favorites of all time.
Yep.
Incredible dialogue, incredible scenes. It's almost like 4 or 5 different set pieces that last a really long time.
Right. It's
And
really not many
like,
scenes.
No,
it's a bunch of really long scenes.
Yeah,
Or,
done in chapters.
yeah,
they
yeah.
they do it. It's just great.
Yeah.
Love it. This is
Changed
my
a lot of things. I mean, it just wasn't really like anything you really watched.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it feels like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it was his first like big period piece.
historical revisionist
right.
epic.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like a trilogy of Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where he changes the ending of history quite
Yeah.
dramatically right at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Some people don't like that,
Right.
but whatever.
It's a decision.
It's certainly
Go
that.
make your own movie.
Right. I just think I think this is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Number 3, I have The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that I feel like I've seen the most and thought about lowering it because the more times you see it, you kind of see some of the holes in the plot and certain things don't land as much as they did when you're just like on along for the ride, but it's so fucking good.
It's weird. And I think I noticed a lot of the weird things the very first time I watched it and was just like, what is that? And every time I'm kind of like, what is that? Or like, why did they, and for some reason it doesn't bother me. It helps that it's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels intentional, like weird editing or like, how did they make this $1 million film and not edit sorry, I hit my mic.
Okay.
And not edit that one little part out that was awkward, like the scene in the courtroom where he like pulls the gun and then it clicks. I guess does the gun jam, or is he
Guess
just
so. Yeah,
hold
'cause
it
he
there for
says,
too long?
Next time you want to kill an official, buy American or something. or
Right.
whatever.
And it's like awkward and weird, but
Yeah.
like none of it matters.
None of it matters because the parts that hit so fucking hard.
Right. I don't know. It's just so interesting. I was rewatching it this week and I'm like, all of these things are still happening. I still don't have an explanation.
And yet we don't care.
And you just still watch it like all the way through and it's still amazing.
Yeah, I had that same experience because, you know, I love the new Batman movie that we already mentioned it once in this podcast because hopefully they come out with a second. But I love that movie. And I was like, do I like this better? Like, am I willing to go there? And I rewatched The Dark Knight and I was like, nah, you know, I'm not willing to go there yet. I might get there at some point, but and
It's just like its own thing. It's
It
like in a
is.
league of its own, really.
And I've seen it so many times that sometimes that lowers things in your estimation. So it's possible I could get there, and it
Yeah, but
does
also,
have flaws.
Would
but I just
the
love
Batman be as good as it is if not for the Dark Knight?
probably not. Number 2, I have No Country for Old Men. Wonderful. This would be in my thrillers list. I mentioned it before.
Right.
It's just a great neo-Western thriller, crime drama, action movie. It also has, we mentioned the scene with the hotel in our last podcast. That is one of my favorite action movies. I intentionally left it out of our action movie conversation because I knew I was going to talk about it now.
Right.
It's just so good. The dialogue is so minimal and great. Has one of the best villains. No music whatsoever. And it is like every second is building tension,
On the edge of your seat.
tension. It's so good.
And like one of the most like biggest moments of the story you don't even see. It happens off screen. There's no explanation. Just
Oh,
move
Josh
on.
Brolin's killing,
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
Oops.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
fun.
I mean, it happens off screen. I think that's kind of like a microcosm of what the movie's kind of trying to say. Like, violence and evil is like in the world and
Just
is
going on. Yeah.
judgmental. It just like gets everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, really powerful movie, and I love it. And my number 1 movie is The Lord of the Rings. Just, you know, the trilogy, whatever.
Yeah.
Take your pick. I don't
Right.
care. It's just great. I've seen it so many times.
They're almost all equally good. I think more so than any other trilogy or group of films, this one is allowed to be considered one film the most.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was filmed all at the same time, which I think really helped and you can really tell.
And I think even though the books are divided that way, I think he's intending it to be one big book, even though like
Yeah, because I mean, it
part
just
one-
ends.
right.
Like I remember in the theaters, I didn't really know what I was watching to know too much about Lord of the Rings,
Neither. Yeah. Right.
and it ended, and I was just like, "What?" And you were like, "Yeah, dude, there's 2 more movies." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
And it's kind of funny too, like how good they are. Like we were in there for like over 3 hours, and it ends. We're like,
Yeah,
we got to keep going.
you gotta tell me more.
I've got nothing to do right now. Let's just run it back.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're great. I even like I'm hesitant to talk about it too much. I wonder if we should just do like a Lord of the Rings podcast and just come up with like a bunch of top 5s
yeah.
during
I'm
the
down.
Lord of the Rings podcast or something. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need to wax poetic on it too much, but it's wonderful. So that's my number 1 movie.
I like it. Nice list.
Yeah, thanks, Jack.
Didn't really see a lot of them coming. Well, I mean, I guess
I'm sure you saw some of them coming.
some of them. Okay,
Hit
10
me.
through 1. Coming in at number 10, I got Milk.
Milk.
I know, and I'm actually a little surprised I don't really see, like, did I miss something on people not liking this movie or something? Or it kind of just went away. But at the time, I watched Milk like 10 times.
Wow.
I loved that movie when it came out. I just loved the,
Milk is to Jack as Spotlight is to Josh.
oh, well, Spotlight's really good. And Spotlight is good for its drama and it's like, it's just like unquestionably like a good film. Milk is like, he makes Sean Penn makes a lot of like really interesting decisions. the title card comes twice, I want to say, which I love those sort of things, but he puts milk twice, and I have no idea why.
I don't remember that.
There's a lot of switching between actual film, like grainy film and non-grainy film, or, I'm talking like he does like 8mm in parts. And they rebuilt the Castro. They literally came into the Castro,
Yeah, it looks
changed
great.
all the shops. Looks great. Acting is unquestionably good. Josh Brolin is like hot off of No Country for Old Men. Obviously Sean Penn won Best Actor. It's just really good. It's well written. It's a story that I didn't know, and I was from the Bay Area. I remember seeing this movie in theaters and saw it at the Piedmont Theater in one of the upstairs
Nice.
ones and one of the small ones.
Nice.
And was like, what? I was like pretty floored. I mean, it's a good like political drama biography. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
it's
shame they didn't get a gay actor. I guess that's kind of one thing.
Oh,
but
yeah, I guess
I don't
that's
know.
true. I don't know. I mean,
Still
yeah.
good performance. I don't know if that really
It's,
matters.
I mean, he won the Oscar.
It won the Oscar for writing too by Dustin Lance Black. Got it.
Wow,
Yes.
nailed it.
Tough
Tough
and it was
finish
like
to
his,
that movie. I mean, that's obviously the finish it is, but like the way they shoot it, it's hard to watch.
Oh yeah, it's super tragic. But I mean, you knew it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's good movie.
Pretty good assassination scene, I'm gonna say.
It's tough, man.
yeah,
It's tough
it
to
is tough.
watch. I don't know why. I think it's like the part. He's like saying stop or
He
something.
gets shot in the hand,
Yeah,
yeah.
he gets shot in the hand, and he's like, just the way
It's
it
in
happens.
slow motion. There's a lot of slow mo in that movie, which I appreciate.
Yeah, number 10.
Yeah. Number 9. I got down Ocean's 13, baby.
Okay.
I've purposefully not talked about Ocean's 13 yet because understandably Ocean's 11 was the one that started it.
Was that what year did that come out?
I don't know, but I was in high school. So
Okay, I
it
believe
had
you.
to have been the 2000s.
I believe you.
First
We didn't
decade.
mention Ocean's 12 either. They're all good.
Yeah, I've seen parts of I'm not too learned on Ocean's 12.
It's good.
Ocean's 13, I was not expecting to be good. It is a visual masterpiece. It is Ocean's 11, except with way better visuals and
That's fair.
kind of the same general thing, except in my opinion,
Yeah, they go
better.
back to Vegas.
They go back to Vegas, but it's like kind of more about it's kind of like get the band together again, which the first one is, but this is like over more time. And then Saul is like dying and in a coma, and they're all that's why they're doing the heist is
Yeah.
to like as a fuck you
For their homie.
for their homie.
Also, the nose plays, Jack.
The nose plays. Matt Damon is great in it. He's great in the first one, but he's not in it as much. I don't know. It just improves on a great thing, and I love Ocean's 13. Every time it's on, I will continue to watch it.
That's great. I love all
That's
the Ocean's
great.
movie. No, I mean like
I
I love them all. I put Ocean's 11 on mine.
Right.
But like the difference between Ocean's 11, 12, and 13, paper thin for me.
I did not know it was going to be number 9 on my top 20 of favorite films.
Neither did I.
Neither did you, I'm sure. Number 8, I got Amelie. We've already talked a lot
Yeah,
about it.
it's
This was a big
wonderful.
one. Big film for me is like getting to like movies. I was like, I like everything that's going on here.
Yeah.
I like the way that this
I'm
is
a
told.
little bit embarrassed it didn't make my list.
It's okay.
Did it?
No, I think it did. I remember you. No, maybe it didn't.
No, it didn't. Bad job by me.
Shame. Number 7, I have Inglourious Bastards. We
Yeah.
already talked about that. Love that. Probably my top. Quentin Tarantino as well. Number 6, I have Dark Knight.
Okay.
Number 5, I have City of God.
Yeah.
Because this, we're talking about the same decade, and I keep saying this kind of over and over again. Amelie and City of God were 2 big ones that were like, these are in my top 10 favorite lists of all time. for
Yeah.
sure. I don't know if they'd be in my top 10 now, but they certainly were at the time.
Should we nominate City of God?
Yes. Have we not done that already?
I don't know. We haven't been totally up on the up and up with the nominations.
I already know what it's going to be anyways.
Okay.
Number 4, I have Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Number 3, I have Royal Tenenbaums.
Okay.
Yes. Rightly so. It's
All right.
It's the deserved place.
Okay.
Number 2, I have No Country for Old Men, and number 1, I have There Will Be Blood. Yeah.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood is my top 5 all time for sure. And
It's a great movie.
it's so good. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really need to talk about it. but it
Tour de force,
changed me.
acting performance,
Yes.
visceral experience,
Yep.
epic filmmaking at its
Solidified PTA's spot in the world of directors. I mean, he didn't really already need it, but this one really was like, oh shit.
best. Yeah.
I'm going to definitely watch everything this man makes for the rest of
Well,
my life.
that's so I don't know where I heard this, or maybe I saw a YouTube video or something, but Quentin Tarantino did the Death Proof Grindhouse I can't remember which one he directed.
Right.
And it wasn't a big hit, and he was like kind of scared and worried for the first time, like, oh my God, I didn't make a hit. What's going to happen? And he saw There Will Be Blood like the following year and was like, oh shit, I have to step up my game.
Nice.
And then he did Inglourious Bastards. So
There you go. The
There you
2000s, baby.
it's
I
a
mean,
fucking
it's-
great decade.
It is a great decade. I mean, from like The Dark Knight changing the Oscars
Yeah.
to exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I didn't even really know that specific to
Auteur
a T.
directors stepping up their
stepping
game.
out because somebody else comes in and does something.
If you would have asked me before we did this episode, what's your favorite decade of movies, I would have said the 90s without thinking about it. It still might be the 90s, but it's clearly not. If it is the 90s, it's real close with the 2000s.
I think it's the 2000s.
It
for
might
me.
be. Like, because I mean, I just said
If
it.
you're looking at my top 25 list, dude.
I just said eight movies that
Right.
made my list are going to, as we sit here today, are going to make my top 25 favorite movies of all time. Now, when I sit down and we do that podcast and redo it, it might not work out that way, but 8 of them, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I got a lot on here.
Yeah.
It could easily be 8 for sure.
2000s, man. Good decade for movies.
Very good.
Do we want to try doing the 10 films that represent the decade? I know we've been nominating. I mean, is that something that we can do?
Is it something we can do? Okay, we can definitely say if for representing the decade and important things happening, I think Avatar, The Dark Knight, and Lord of the Rings are all
They got to
in
be
there.
on there.
Yeah.
I would put Mean Girls on there.
Okay, we'll put Mean Girls.
That's number 4.
I would either put No Country for Old Men or There Will Be Blood or both, but probably No Country because I think it's the Coen brothers winning and making,
I would say the same thing. I also feel like maybe that has a little bit bigger piece of popular culture mind.
Right. Well,
But-
I think it's watchable by a bigger audience.
That's probably a better way to say it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the film industry would probably go There Will Be Blood. But I
Yeah.
think if you ask more people on the street, they're probably sticking with No Country.
Kind of want to say Children of Men because it feels like it kind of does have a global warming sort of like end
Oh.
of the world sort of like changing, and that's kind of when this was
It's
really picking
sort of-
up,
It's sort of alluding to it.
alluding to like, yeah, that a different, yeah. I mean, like the world is gross and it's somehow women are no longer fertile. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that has something to do with the world, being gross. It's like purging itself of humans or something by no longer having women be fertile. But maybe not. I mean, a lot of people would say Almost Famous.
I probably would.
Okay.
I think I would put Gladiator in there too. But I'm not married to the idea.
I mean, I think there's kind of like what do people think of or like iconic film moments. And then there's also like representation of a decade.
Right.
I think we should put in either Amelie or Royal
City-
Tenenbaums as like indie like cutesy, witty dialogue film that took over.
I'm okay with either of those.
We have 7 without Children of Men and choosing just one of Amelie or Royal Tenenbaums. So we got 3 more.
What are our options?
Well, Children of Men, I don't know if we landed on that. Lost in Translation, Superbad, City of God, Royal Tenenbaums, There Will Be Blood, 25th Hour. I guess we could do Superbad. Maybe we do Amelie and Royal Tenenbaums.
Do we do Anchorman instead of Superbad?
Okay. I'm definitely fine with that.
I mean, I like Superbad more. I think Anchorman was a bigger phenomenon.
It was, but Superbad is like representing youth
Yeah, that's true.
in that era.
That's true.
But so is Mean Girls, so we already have that.
That's true. Okay, so let's go with Anchorman then, because it was a bigger phenomenon.
City of God.
I like City of God in there.
So I just did both Amelie and Lost in Translation, and Royal Tenenbaums, and no Lost in Translation. So I got City of God, Royal Tenenbaums, Amelie, Almost Famous, No Country for Old Men, Mean Girls, Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings, Avatar.
Pretty good.
Pretty solid.
That's 10?
Yeah, I might take off Royal Tenenbaums or Amelie. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know that we need both of them.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if we take off one, we're at 9. So we could do Pirates, we could do Born, we could do Children of Men, Lost in Translation. Are we forgetting a big one?
I'm sure we are, but we also
let's do like WALL-E or like Finding Nemo or Shrek.
Maybe Shrek. That's a huge one. It's not my favorite, but
weird one to put on this list.
Yeah. I like
Spirited
the idea
Away.
Yeah.
Just have an animated film on there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. There we go. I mean, we could choose probably 30 other movies that represent the decade. This isn't.
We're just talking.
We're just talking. We're talking it out. And I like that list. That feels like very representative.
Yeah. I think it's perfect.
Good job, Jack.
Good job, Josh.
Oh, I have to sit up. My back hurts.
Yeah, you were leaning there for a second.
I was.
Fat Joe.
I had to, my lower back, I had to like readjust for a little bit. All right. Well, thanks for running through this exercise with me, Jack. The 2000s. We're going to revisit other decades. I'm not sure it's going to look exactly like this in the next podcast, but it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah. This felt right. Little tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
Category
Sorry,
changes.
we kind of rambled there for a while and here and there, but that's what it's all about.
It's the long list.
It's the long list.
Come for the short list, stay for the long list.
Come for the short list, stay for the long
Jack
list.
came up with that. I kind of like that. So thanks so much for listening. Tell us your thoughts about the 2000s. What kind of lists you would like to see for next time? What we got wrong? Anything like that. If we missed any genres that you want to hit us, that you want us to hit in the next podcast, so
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We had a lot of fun doing this, and thanks so much for listening.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
And thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Jack. This is good. I like this one. All right, we'll see you in the next one.